Okay, well, we're here at the Sundown Tavern again with the HonkyTalk podcast, episode 36, brought to you by the Sundown Tavern, saving Bo.
Rusting one sandwich at a time.
Always. And we got our good buddy here. We've been wanting to get him on here. I think he's going to be a treat today. Danny Solomon.
Yeah, he's dessert.
The bass player extraordinaire.
Woo! Thanks for being here, dude.
Thanks. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Yes, sir. So tell us about what got you to playing bass. Why bass?
Circumstances, actually. I was playing a lot of six-string guitar and piano early on in life, and was working for the church a lot and learning how to sing and play. And they decided because it was such a fad at the time, the youth director decided to have a concert for Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
And nobody had a bass. There was plenty of guitar players, and circumstances put it that the local Tisco store had a bass in the window. It's kind of beat up. My dad knew about electronics, so he worked on it, and we put some new pots in it, and actually got it to work, and I started playing for that particular Jesus Christ Superstar.
Wow.
Had to learn all that. That was mind-blowing, learning all that at first. I was already in music at an early age, probably 6 years old when I started reaching up to play the piano.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Dad was already playing guitar, so I learned how to play guitar, and he taught me a little harmonica and some of that jaw music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was really good at that, but I never did get the hang of it. It hurt my teeth.
Yeah, I got a little jaw harp, and I cannot make any sounds come out of it. I'm telling you.
It's a weird instrument for sure. I'm kind of like I'm playing a jug.
Yeah.
But they took me to a lot of the bluegrass stuff when I was growing up, so I got to see some really good players. I didn't really realize it being a kid, but some of those players just were phenomenal. So, and of course, they played the upright bass, big, and
Big in.
some of the guys told me something about it. I was inquisitive. I wanted to find out. None of the fiddle players tuned the same. I found that out. And they could all play the same song in the same key, but nobody's fingering was the same. It's kind of weird. I ran into that later. There's another road story for that. But as far as getting involved in bass, now, some of the local talent, back then it was everybody had a house job. You'd play at the same bar all the time. 5 nights a week.
And that's here in Louisiana, like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was right there in Bastrop.
Okay.
It was an old establishment. It's called the Sportsman's Lounge. That was there since the 50s, as far as I know.
Wow.
And, they worked the band as a house band. You played there for 4 or 5 months, or until you didn't attract the audience anymore, and then they would flop to another band, and they would work 4 or 5 months.
So that's how that would work.
Yeah, you'd have to stay on top of your audience, for sure.
Right.
I know the guys that I worked for, they had a notebook at the front of the bar where anybody could write down stuff that they wanted to hear.
Wow.
And at the end of the week, or in the middle of the week, we'd go look at that book and see what's up, what they want new.
Right.
And on, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday afternoons, we'd get together and try to throw it up together. Whatever kind of worked out for us, that's what we would go learn. We wouldn't learn something and then go play it. We'd go play it and then see if it was worth learning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Baby, but it worked for you. It worked for y'all.
So doing those house band gigs like that, one thing I was wanting to ask you, and we've done this with General. We kind of hint a little bit on this with General, but I've always heard that there's really no inflation when it comes to payment. The music scene doesn't, I guess, follow inflation. So, we're all still making like average $300 a gig, basically. So that's as high as really anybody wants to pay somebody solo. nowadays. But with the band, it was all band stuff, wasn't it? You didn't really have a lot of solo guys or acoustic pickers or something. If you were at a bar, you was playing band gigs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now there was a lot of guys that would open for you that would do a single act,
Right.
but they weren't playing in bands, and there was, like you say, there was no place for them to play
Right.
unless they were doing an opening act.
Wow.
It's crazy how it's changed.
Well, what about
at least around here?
Yeah. Well, what about pay scale?
Yeah. Did y'all do like cover or like was it?
Well, I worked these guys. This guy that I worked for, Fred Huber, he later had to change his name because of circumstances. Anyway,
Roger that.
run for the shadows. Anyway, he did us real good. This is the first guy I worked with. This guy where after I'd been playing at the Jesus thing for a while, these two guys showed up over at the house. I was about 16 years old, and these two guitar players were well known in the area. One was Mike Weathersby. He played for Pastel for years. But him and Mick Orr came to the house, and they talked to my mom because, like I said, I was underage, and
Right.
they told him the deal was, we want him to come play with us. We'll take care of him. We'll look out for him and such and such. And she said, well, we'll have to talk to Dad when he gets home. So waited till Dad got home, and it was just maybe 30 minutes later that they'd been at the house, and they were still there. And Dad come by, and they pitched their thing that all these guys were like 4 or 5 years older than me. So, but through it all, I'd found out that the bass player had kind of bowed out to go to another band
Right.
with his wife. His wife wanted to start a new band, and she was a real good singer, so they started new bands. And they talked to old man and let me do it. I think it's the money what turned him around.
Really?
No.
Because it was much as he was making a week for working for international paper at
Wow.
the time. So it was welcome to get that money in the household because I wasn't hoarding it or nothing.
Yeah.
So, some of those big old places like bars and venues that used to do music like that, they would always have bands. And I know we've talked about this before, and we've all talked about it in some shape, form, or fashion, but this is what I came up with, and you tell me if you think this is kind of correct. Used to, people would go dance. Mm-hmm. So, bands would go in there, you need a drum, you need a full thing to make people want to get up, move, and dance.
Yeah.
Well, nobody really goes and dances anymore like that. I mean, there's places that still have them, but it's usually like a club now. It's like booty bumping or something or whatever they call that,
Right.
So when you were playing, when did you start seeing that kind of change? Because it really rocked a lot of those places out of business where those venues that used to be really big, nobody goes in there anymore. They're not there no more. So
No,
when did you see a
gone.
change? What do you think caused that?
I don't know regionally, other than when HIV hit.
Really, HIV.
That was in early '80s, yeah, because the bands were about. I mean, there was no internet back then to speak of, so it was. I think the internet didn't even come around till '88, and then there was no Facebook or whatever
Whatever
the
they're
name
called.
was.
Yeah.
or until even later than that. So everybody socialized. It was either at church or it was at the bars. That's where you socialized.
you go somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Or both.
And both, yeah, because even though the big nights when the bars did cut back, it was Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. But the church was also on Wednesday night, so you had kind of your outlaws would show up on Wednesdays.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Besides who would show up on Fridays and Saturdays, but going back to that house band, you had to cater to whatever your crowd was doing. They would do like open clubs, like a club for 18 to 25 years old would have this set VIP night, and then the 25 to 35 would have a set VIP night, and they would work it like that. That way you sort of had a revolving crowd because you knew, okay, the set of young folks, they want to hear this certain type.
That's right.
And the mid-age folks, they want to hear this, and then the old folks, come to find it, the old folks kind of like the young folks, kind of like the same stuff. There's the middle crowd that
That's
like
right.
different stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Friday night when I was playing up here, sundown for my birthday party, these young folks, they wanted to hear 90s country music.
Yeah.
Because we played Towns Van Zandt, Johnny Paycheck, but when we got to Johnny Cash, all of a sudden people started to like perk up their ears, and then they wanted like Alan Jackson,
Wow.
and Clay Walker, like those 90s country stuff. So it's kind of you're absolutely right. It's kind of a weird thing.
Well, this fella in Nashville told me one day, and he had a big catalog of songs he'd sold to a bunch of different people. Had him a nice, fine house, big motor home, so I thought I might pay attention. He told me that all the hits, even though they're in a mill up there, they just churn them out. Everything sounds the same.
Yeah.
The songs that really hit it are the ones that have new but's connected to old.
Yeah.
Because no matter how young you are or how old you are, you still want
Yeah.
to remember
Keep it
That's
alive.
right. Yeah, that's right.
remember something, you know.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, you know,
try
I
to write that.
I was talking to somebody in Guitar Center the other day, and he was talking about that, how his favorite kind of genre is like that new take on the old school stuff. You know, such as like Marcus King. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, and him and another guy would be Zach Todd.
Zach Todd. Yeah,
It
it's a newer, but it's connected to the old stuff.
It's more straightforward in the wording too.
Yes.
It's not a bunch, you know, the old stuff. They had great words and all, but it was kind of
Yeah.
it just hinted at things and saying it instead of saying it right out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. More of like a metaphorical, abstract thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it connected. I mean, there's
Sure.
badass hits back
Yeah.
then. And,
Well, it could have been just like they might have been, you know, the old way. They might have just been like, you know, it's just up for interpretation, you know, kind of thing.
right. And where the new songs are slightly more personal too, is what I've noticed that is talking about more of what has happened in their lives instead of what happens in others' lives.
Right. Right.
Where the old stuff is more about what's happening in others' lives.
I see what you're saying.
Where now it's like it's about the artist's life, but how it connects to everybody else, which I think is a great place to come from. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think they got great songs up now.
So you played in these different venues. Talk about the Gypsy Rose, the Grizzly Rose,
Grizzly Rose.
Grizzly Rose up in Denver, right?
Yeah, that was a cool gig to get in on. The guy I was working for was named Walker Williams, and he's still up there today.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I talked to him a couple of months ago. He said he was thinking about making that 8th album now.
Yeah.
So, and he does you might consider it Texas swing, but it's just a hair different. They call it Colorado swing, but they mold their hats a little different too.
What's the difference? Yeah. What's the difference?
You know what? I think the Colorado swing pushes before the one a little bit more than the Texas swing. Texas, you know, you got gada on
Right.
Texas, but I think the Colorado swing pushes a little bit more. I think you know. So it's more of a lope, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Than the Texas swing is. The Texas swing is pretty square. Where you got Bob Wills, I mean, you can't get any square in that music.
Yeah. There's this guy, which I think he's more of a Texas swing dude, but Charlie Crockett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's old school too.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those like guys. I met him one time in Memphis, but he's more of like that kind of straightforward Texas swing. So
Where you got the end before the one, but the one is what really the
that's
pushing.
right. Yeah, it really hits on. He's got this song called Jamestown Ferry or something,
Yeah,
and it's pretty good.
yeah, that's a good song. I've heard that song.
Yeah.
I think I heard it on the Ruston radio. Now.
It could be. He's getting bigger.
Monroe really doesn't. They're so socked into whatever comes down that playlist from the lawyers in Chicago or wherever
Yeah, that's
they're
right.
from. And they don't really get to look at a lot of stuff that the local radio stations do around here. I've noticed even stuff out of Shreveport is a little bit more on edge than the Monroe market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, weird too, because you got a decent sized school over there, so you would think they would kind of have more of a local radio station, maybe even college radio kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You would think you would have them because Ruston has it, but they have Tech here. Well, they got ULM there. It's a D1 school.
That's right.
Well, actually, the local college station has a good reach, but it's all student DJs.
Okay.
And I imagine it's that way everywhere. I know we had worked in a band. It's it was such a weird band. It's called the Schizoid Blues Band. And they were that weird too. They play everything from Styx to Steely Dan stuff. It's a really technical. I had to go learn some crap, man.
Yeah.
But that radio station over, good back to that radio station over there did have a local outreach. You know, even though we were just playing cover music, which is nothing nowadays. I mean, lots of bands play cover music, but the only real interest in this area seems to be with the original music to me. And I think that leans back on what Bo was saying, that there's not that much dancing anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You'd have to, you know. And I don't know what. I mean, you look at some of the people you talked about, Zach Top and all that. But what about the Zach Bryan cat and some of these cats like that have written all these songs? And
Yeah.
to me, I mean, no knock on them, great career, but some of that stuff like makes me want to slit my wrist.
You talk about the sad.
Yeah,
sad
I'm
song?
like, golly, this is so. I don't. There's no
Hey,
climax in the song.
Hey, but look, man, there's a certain like addiction to sad songs. But like, let me tell you about Zach Bryan, dude. Sold out the LSU Stadium in Baton Rouge.
I know it's crazy.
It's crazy, dude.
No, it's they have a big following, so I mean, no knock on him. Just,
Right? Yeah, but that's
but
true,
it's
yeah.
they're like kind of what you said a moment ago about it. It's personal to them,
That's right.
but it's kind of weird to me. So
Yeah.
you have a lot of people like that. And Ryan Adams was another guy. Ryan Adams.
Yeah, not Brian Adams. Yeah, Ryan Adams.
He was kind of one of those cats. And then you know that they've written songs and big people have cut them, but they just kind of they do their thing and they're kind of more that songwriter artsy.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
artsy kind of thing. You know?
Well, I was about to say every songwriter night that I've been to is like there's some happy, you know, go getter songs or whatever, but they're not burning down honky tonks. It's like honky tonk burners. You know, they're it's more like sad songs, man.
Feely touchy.
Yeah, feely touchy.
It's too much, like it's so
Make
much
love
emotion.
under the horizon of the
Yeah,
summer sun,
yeah.
man. Like,
I got to play in front of this guy twice, and his name's Robert Earl Keane.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all
Well,
nod
yeah, of
your
course.
head.
They do know
yeah,
him,
but, I don't think the general public is much aware
Still, like,
as the musicians.
no.
I
Great
hear his
songwriter.
name only thrown around with other musicians.
That I can believe that. Now, the two times I played in front of him, one was in Death of Grizzly Rose, and the other one was at Mickey Gillies over there in Fort Worth.
Okay.
And just happened to be there, lucky thing type thing, other than the fact that he actually asked for us to play in front of him after we did the rest.
Oh wow.
That's
That
pretty
was
sweet.
kind of weird, because we were just doing cover music there was maybe a handful of originals that we
Right.
did,
Right.
and a lot of the cover music we were doing was actually hard rock.
That's right.
Wow.
You know, go figure that one out at a country place, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the Grizzly Rose holds 4,500 people if it
Wow.
holds 10. It's really ridiculous that dance. You could fit 4 of these in the dance floor.
Wow. That's crazy.
Really
It's like a Walmart. Super Walmart.
super super club.
It's a super club.
Kind of like Billy Bob's.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Billy Bob's is good too. I'm trying to get in there, man.
You
Billy
could-
Bob's, if you're listening,
like,
hire
you
us.
could put 2 Billy Bobs in this place.
Oh wow.
It's
That's
huge.
big.
It's big. It's huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, we played in front of Robert. This is the first big, really event I'd ever played at. I've played in front of a couple of thousand people, but you know, about 4,500 people plus people waiting to get inside.
Right.
So as soon as somebody go out, somebody else come in.
Yeah.
The backstage was just frivolous.
Right.
Lots of people floating around everywhere, and
Yeah.
the actual backstage part was kind of adjacent to the stage instead of being behind the stage. It was
Oh, yeah.
running out the
Yeah.
side, and it ran to a big double side door. And
Yeah.
that's where the buses would park. There was always some artist coming in to play. anyway, I peer out the side, and this place is just packed all the way up to the front of the stage. I call home, and I talked to all this just before I had a flip Nokia. That was the latest thing out.
There you go. Yeah.
And I called the old lady and I said, honey, I'm a little nervous here. She said, what's that? And I said, honey, there's 4,500 screaming people waiting for us to go on stage.
Yeah. That's crazy. My
She said, what's the problem? I said, well, I'm a little nervous. I said, go out there and do your freaking jobs.
Yeah.
Put it another way. But
yeah, right. Yeah. That's that's what Monty told me at Murphy's Art District. Well, in other words, but basically I'm behind stage, and then Monty walks behind the curtain. He's like, Trey, you look nervous. Are you nervous? And I'm like, dude, there's probably like maybe 1,500 people or so out there, man, sitting in seats. And I was like, dude, I'm nervous. He's like, do what you do, man.
go do it. Yeah.
Go do it, man.
and I had a blast.
Yeah. I bet you did, man. Those moments are really cool, dude.
And it was not 2 months later, we were playing at Gillies.
Yeah.
Wow.
In front of him again, so.
Yeah.
And then we played right up the road. I guess there's not that combativeness in Texas about playing the next bar over and being banned from that first bar,
Hell, the people in Texas, man, they just tore Texas, and
that's it. Yeah.
so so I don't think there is.
What's that, Randy
Rogers
band? Yeah, they don't even go out of Texas.
No.
Very much.
I think the first year they made like $4 million.
Yeah, we were literally talking about that the other day, the Randy Rogers band. Talking about how you can make a circle in Texas and never leave.
Yeah.
But there's so many places to play.
And Randy Rogers and them, they've had, like, I know Kenny Chesney's cut one of their songs, and
yeah,
there's been a couple of people like that. But as far as them being them, and they have some of their songs that bled over onto the mainstream top 40 radio, but really all they do is tour mainly Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico.
They do it the smart way. All their equipment that they bought, they put under one name, and they lease that back to themselves, just like they do with their buses.
Right.
They make that under another name and lease it back to themselves. So it's all a big tax loophole for them.
And their Randy Rogers band. That is the band name. It's not Randy Rogers. It's Randy Rogers Band.
Right.
Yeah.
So every band member, I think, has an equal share. I think is the way it works. And I could be wrong, so don't go fact check me or nothing. But they have something set up like this. Like if you look on the internet, if you type in Randy Rogers Band, you're getting their band on Wikipedia or something. Or Google it, you're not getting individual stuff.
But anybody can put anything on it.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I use that for whatever. Google it or.
When Wikipedia first came to life, I started putting stuff out there on me. and now to this day, I'm about only 3 pages back in search.
So you spent time in Colorado. You've toured the country.
I got lucky, yeah.
I mean, and
from cheesy bands too.
But talk about some of your cruise ship experiences and stuff. What's it like when
that came later in life? That actually didn't occur until 2006, and I had actually gone to this place called Mississippi Recording. They had 2 studios, one down in New Orleans and one up on top part of that lake over in Mississippi by Jackson. I forget the name of the lake, Rock Lake or something, I forget. But this chick I knew wanted to. Anyway, she introduced me to the engineer that worked there, and I told him that we were doing a couple of gigs here and there, and nothing fancy, no big band or nothing, and she introduced me. I went in and recorded a few songs. Well, just me and a guitar, and the guy did it for free, so I really couldn't bitch about nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So after I got through with that day, a couple of days later, they called me back, said they wanted to use one of the songs on an album they were doing for this chick, for me to come back in and record that song for them, and they would take my vocal off and put hers on there. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Right.
So that's what I did. I went over there and re-recorded the song, had Billy Earhart on piano, He's a name player. He played for Atlanta Rhythm Section, and also was in the Bama band. Played for Hank Williams Jr.
Wow.
Wow.
And excellent. I went through him what I heard in my head, and he played it exactly like I heard in my head.
Yeah. Wow.
So all the rest of the band was just some guys we knew. You know, it wasn't nobody we actually called up for it or nothing. Well, we did call them, but it was not like a big name we called or anything. And we cut this song, and about a week and a half later, they're calling me saying that you need to go sign up for Harry Fox. And I said, what the hell is what's Harry Fox?
Harry Fox.
What's a Harry Fox, bro?
Well, a Harry Fox, come to find out, if you've got a song out there that's got one of those codes on it that your warehouse is supposed to know what goes out and what comes in. Well, when it goes out, Harry Fox gets a little bit of money. That money comes back to whoever wrote the song.
Okay.
So it's kind of like only for direct sales. That's what Harry Fox is. Kind of like ASCAP or BMI as far as what goes out on the waves or what's on TV or film.
Right.
Where Harry Fox is for sales only.
Okay.
Right.
So I went and signed up for Harry Fox. And about a week after that, I said, hey, man, we're going to take this with band. We had a studio and some. He said some fancy word that made it sound cool that I was going to play that band out there on the ships. I said, well, does it pay? He said, oh, yeah, it pays. And it did. And there's no overhead for it. I didn't have to worry about anything but a nice shirt.
Wow.
It was just jeans. They had the chords. They had everything but a guitar and nice shirts.
Wow.
So I went and bought about 4 or 5 nice shirts and talked to the band. The band got together in the first place we played out of was Jacksonville, Florida. And they had a band house. We was there a week before the gig actually started, and we're just putting together 40 or 50 songs, you know. And everybody had their homework done, didn't have to worry about nothing. You know, it was just played them through a few nights while I was there at this big nice house with coconuts, shit going outside. It was pretty cool. What's that sticking out of my ear? Anyway, and then we started doing the gigs, and then the thing was with those gigs, it was the first one was 40 nights in a row, not 7. It was 40 nights in a row.
God.
And you start at 8 and you finish at midnight every day. Well, first time you go out there on that ship, there's a lot of schooling you got to do, apparently, because we had school at 8 o'clock in the morning for the first 2 weeks. And I learned about how to be safe on the ship, what to do if the bell goes off, or you know, this, that, and the other, where to muster at.
Yeah.
Hello.
Free money, man.
Okay, yeah, we're still recording. All right.
Change machine.
We're back to blue.
Yeah, now we're back. I don't know how much y'all missed, but my camera just cut out, but I think we're back on.
So, and to come back in here with this, Danny B's talking about how he got started playing on cruise ships and things like that, and you were stopped at, you had to go, when you were on this cruise ship, he had to play 40 nights in a row.
Yep.
And with this,
That was with the first contract.
with the first contract in a row.
The next contract was like 6 months. I don't remember how many days that was in
Wow.
a row.
That's a lot of days.
But you know, you really didn't get to like enjoy the cruise because you're working
Right.
all the time.
180 days.
I mean, different times, you know, you just have to break out, go, you know. But it was a big hassle to get off because all the passengers get off at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I'm not even alive at 7 o'clock. Because
Yeah.
We're working till midnight every night.
Right.
And plus, it's the long way back to your home.
Right.
All the band quarters were under the water level.
Right.
There was no, like, looking out.
You're like in a submarine or
Yeah, they
something.
put y'all on in the brig.
It was kind of cool in some ways. The dancers were all in our section down in the low because every once in a while you'd see a blur go by that had boobs attached to it.
Right. Right.
It's like, hey, honey,
I'll be right back, y'all.
And they really encouraged the camaraderie, but I was married, so I didn't camaraderise.
Right. Sure.
But
As you shouldn't have.
exactly, and I wish they'd hire me now. I'm not married anymore. It's for younger
Dirty
people. It's for younger people. You get away with it until you're in your maybe your mid 50s, but you got to keep your hair dyed, and you got to be under 10% BMI.
That's right. That's right.
And you gotta appear that way, and that ain't ever gonna happen again.
Yeah, I've actually started to do face mask, a few times a week. Yeah, just facials.
Oh, that kind of mask. I thought you was like robbing banks and stuff.
No.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah, that would have been a cooler segue.
No,
for
just
sure.
yeah.
Well, while you're on the ship, let's let the crowd in. We got Danny Solomon here, y'all. This is one of the coolest things because y'all have all heard about people maybe selling songs or somebody recording their songs and stuff like that. But I had never heard anything about the TV show that picked up one of your songs. And I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It was pretty strange. I had no idea. We got off that 40-day contract, 40 days and 40 nights. Contract, and I got back to shore, which is a long kind of deal because you got to pack all your stuff back out through customs, and they're looking for anything and everything. If you even try to get a pack of smokes or a bottle of whiskey out, you're in big trouble, man.
Toast.
Yeah, they like keep you, and if they think about it, they'll park you at some other island in the middle of nowhere if you do something really weird.
Wow.
But we got back to shore. I checked the account, the ASCAP account, which is really the only thing I had. That and the Harry Fox. So
Yeah.
I think I checked Harry Fox first. It was like $3 and something.
Yep.
Well, I thought, I'm going to put my bank account on there. Anyway, I went to the ASCAP site, and there was a bunch of money they were going to ship to me. I'll just put it that way.
Well.
And they wanted to make sure what bank account to send it to, and I'm pummeling through there, looking through my account, trying to figure out what's going on.
Zip codes. Yeah.
Here's the routing number, blah blah. Yeah, but then I start researching what's going on, and I find it, and I actually do a screenshot print of it just to kind of remind myself that it is real.
Wow.
And they picked up like the chick singing. None of the vocals got on what they picked up. They picked it up 14 seconds on 3 different episodes, and then 17 seconds on 3 other episodes for Sesame Street.
There you go, folks.
Bert and Ernie.
I know, right?
Big
It was for the Grouch when he was reading his postcards. The background music.
It's the background music. Okay.
And only thing I can figure is somebody was having a vacation out on that ship, because she sang it every night,
Right.
which was great. She sang her whole album every night, so that
Wow.
was great.
I thought it might have been the Bert and Ernie Rubber Ducky. You're the one. Rubber Ducky. You made bad times so much fun.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been that one, but
Yeah, I never got into Sesame Street.
It was actually just a little segment.
Yeah.
You could hear the chorus going out, and then that little segment in the middle between the chorus and the vocals.
Yeah.
That's what they use. Right
And you got
there.
your payments because you wrote the song.
Yeah, but I give up all the publishing. I've always done that mainly because it gives the publisher an incentive to pick it up.
right.
Or if you're holding part of that publishing back, they got less of us to use
That
it.
makes sense. Yeah,
Because it's all based on a 200% pie
right.
instead of being 100%. Well, that's kind of strange, but so is the proof of alcohol. Based on a 200% pie.
I just had a great song idea. Remind me to tell you after.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, look, we'll take a quick break. Hey, we're episode 36. We got Danny Solomon in here. We're at the Sundown Tavern in Ruston, Louisiana, where the boys and girls here are always brewing up great sandwiches
Yep.
for your lunch special. So
Yep.
make sure you get in here. And Hey, Sundown Tavern, Honky Talk Podcast. Be right back.
Well, you can go take a break, or do you have to piss?
No, let's go.
Okay.
I'm all right.
All right. Well, we are back
Back.
at the Sundown Tavern here in Ruston, Louisiana, for the Honky Talk Podcast.
Got Danny Solomon in the house.
Yes, and the crowd goes wild. But don't forget to come down here and pick up your daily lunch plate special.
Correct.
We got the Sundown Monte Cristo special this week. Next week is something super special, but I'm not even going to give y'all a hint on that one just yet, because we're going to talk about this amazing sandwich. It's ham, turkey, jam, crushed down on it's like flattened out. It's got powdered sugar on it. It is very, very
It's got
good.
like a little fruit jelly.
like strawberry jelly or
Oh,
something.
man, for the sauce, it's delicious.
It's my second favorite sandwich here. The first one is the cactus press,
The cactus breast. You can't get better than
and
that.
this is the second one.
Jalapeno bread.
Yes. So anyway,
Yes.
come down to Sundown and get your daily lunch plate special.
Here.
So anyway, well, let's get back to it, boys.
Here
You
at the Sundown.
will continue. Just keep doing what you're doing, and keep talking to us. Keep.
Sound Out Loud, man. It's been a home to a bunch of bands that I played in here.
I bet you played here a few times.
Probably for the last 25 years, probably. I played over here one way or the other. Now, there was a stint of time where I wasn't playing anywhere around here, but every time I came over here, I'd play. Now, I was just playing a bunch of cover bands for the last 16 years or so. I've been playing you boys as originals.
That's right. Well, I was talking the story earlier about the Murphy's Art District at El Dorado, and you were actually playing bass.
With the Mad, yeah.
Yeah, at the Mad, yeah. And you had your life-size charts on the floor.
I later took them out for target practice.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, man, even Braden can probably see it from across the stage.
Well, Monty had called me up. Our friend Monty Russell, he sort of pushes us all around and gets us the gigs around here. So
Yes.
So Monty had called me and said, "Listen, I got this guy. He sounds really good. He's original. If you like Bo, you'll love this guy." So what's up, Monty? He said, "Well, you got 4 days to learn 9 songs, man." I said, "Say what? That's your usual thing, ain't it?"
Yeah. yeah. I'm surprised he gave you 4 days.
Well, actually, after I talked to him the first time, I told him, I'd look at it and see what's going on.
Yeah.
He called me back. He said, "Actually, you got almost 11 days."
Yeah.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Because usually he gives me like 3 days, and that's all to learn everything.
Yeah. Or a day.
Well, the first list he gave me wasn't right at all.
Okay.
There was, I think there was 3 songs on there that you actually decided you wanted to do,
Okay.
and the rest of them were like, I'd never heard of them and haven't heard of them since. So I don't know if it's something you've got on your YouTube or something on.
I have no
Instagram
idea.
or
I
something.
didn't. Well, see, I was out of the loop on that one.
So, well, like I say, Money pushes us around pretty good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
We love him. He's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't really have enough time to really. I thought we was going to go play at a bar gig, so I didn't pay it that much attention. I didn't know we were going to front Dylan Scott.
Yeah.
yeah. After like his number 1 hit was out or
My
whatever.
girl sipping crown and Sprite. Yeah.
And he ended up being kind of a jerk, but it was a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's just he was pushed for time, didn't really have time to talk to us local boys.
No, and our dressing rooms were on opposite sides of the building, so.
Yeah, he had many more perks than us for sure.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, our dressing room was about 3 floors down and 500 or 600 yards away from that too. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he'd give me a little flash drive of it, so I had my little computer with me, I had my headphones all jacked in, and I decided before I got there that I needed to make charts on all these, or at least give me a big enough chart that I could see. It was pre-eye surgery, so
Yeah.
before I could see pretty good. Anyway, he gave me all this. I made out these 2 gigantic, enormous They used whole pieces of poster, and it was only what, 14 songs,
I don't know. I don't remember what it is. Probably it's a 45-minute set.
and so I had these 3 giant poster papers with instructions wrote all over them. Nobody could read them, but it's for the bass player. So I sneak out there before the band, and I duct tape them all to the ground of the stage, and
Yeah, I remember looking over and I'm like, okay.
and I should have wore sunglasses, I guess.
Oh my god!
Because it was hugely bright. The closest person to me was at least 25 foot away.
You literally, it was the first show that I played that I wasn't in arm's reach of my bandmates, and I felt so alone at the front of the stage because
Used to the small stage.
Yes, dude, because that right there, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, you're right. We were literally 25 feet away from each other, like all of us.
And so between me and the guitar player, there was at least 60 foot in between us.
Yeah,
And
you and Braden. Yeah.
Me and the drummer usually talk a lot during these shows, and I would, even if I'd been close enough, he was already 12 foot over me.
Yeah.
That
On the riser,
drum riser they had, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And plus they had the back line. It was okay, but for that big a stage, it just didn't have the punch, you know.
Yeah.
You just lost it. Even if you were standing in front of the monitors, it didn't have that punch that we were used to, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it didn't have that feel. And we did. I struggled through it, and I got it all right.
Definitely. I listened to a lot of the playback, and you know what? We didn't mess up one time.
Who's the little guitar player that?
Braden Watts.
Yeah, he's up in Nashville now pushing it.
Yeah, that's right.
And I sure wish him the best of luck. He's a good kid. He was only like 16 or something.
I know.
Like that one,
Yeah,
right?
He was young. Yeah, but it was cool, man. I know we played together over the years though too. You know, just besides that one, that's the biggest show we've definitely played together. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw where y'all had been doing a bunch of gigs when I was back on Facebook. Y'all been doing a bunch of gigs together. You and him and Aiden Johnson, right?
Yeah, Aiden. Yeah, that's right.
And a lot of gigs y'all did. You had a young bass player out of Texas. I think he's back in Texas now, isn't he?
Is it
Yeah.
Evan or Carl? Evan?
Evan Griffin.
Evan,
yeah. And then, but Cardis is touring with Braxton Keith now. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing that this area sucks as many musicians as it does into the limelight.
Yeah.
'Cause for every 20 decent guitar players, you get 1 or 2 guys that just are outstanding in their field. You know?
That's right. Absolutely. I know you. Didn't you play? You played with Bo Atkins' CD release party, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, what's the name of that place? The
Big Country.
Voodoo Cafe.
Oh wait.
Voodoo
Oh, the
Cafe.
first one we did. The
The
Voodoo
first
for
one.
Shout
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Shout Hallelujah. Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun gig, too.
Yeah, that was back when the old lady was alive, man. She dug the shit out of that. I was kind of amazed. She's really a country girl. She really liked that classic country.
Classic country. Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with your music, even though it doesn't really sound classic country. But I think because of that boy that you picked to do all that bass work on it, he's got that feel.
James, yeah.
James. Yeah.
That classic country feel.
Yep.
Where it doesn't rely so much on tone other than how it's played. Where I don't know, it's kind of the tone is always the same. It's kind of that bass MIDI thing,
Right.
which it cuts through fine. I mean, it's a great guy. I met him one time. Was recording a video for Monty for the teachers down in Lake Charles. I don't think anybody ever got paid for that.
No.
And met him at his mom and dad's house as he was getting ready to sell. And he's a tall fellow like me, a couple of inches taller than me.
Wow.
But real plain spoken guy. I met him and told him straight out of the bat, I appreciate you keeping all my licks alive and well in Nashville, man.
There you go.
He laughed too.
No, James is he's a nice fella.
He's a dog, bro.
He's a nice dog.
He is, man.
That Lake Charles thing was a big old crock of poo, wasn't it?
I had a lot of fun at that.
No, it was fun, but and we had video of it and all that, and I'm like, what? Nothing ever became of nothing of it.
I know.
It just
Hey, it's the special. Yeah.
it's.
I heard Monty was supposed to get paid for that. I know he bought us all lunch, and dinner, and supper, and
He probably did get paid. No, I'm kidding. No, if he got paid, then we'd have got paid. And they they tried to do a thing that was for I think during COVID. They were trying to do a thing with TV and stuff, and it was filmed down there. And I forgot the guy's name who helped put it on. Anyway, and when you played your segment of the show, whenever they played your thing, they'd have like a Venmo or something where you could send money to that, and it was to help whatever they were doing, something for teachers or something.
Yeah.
But
they weren't in the union, so they needed some extra money to survive.
Or maybe that's what it is. So yeah, but I never received it. But it was fun though, and we got some good footage from it.
Oh, we ended up recording way more than I thought we would. I thought we were just going to jump in there and do 3 or 4 songs and jump out.
We did like the whole show.
Hey, that happens.
And they got their asses worked handed to them because they had to do me. Then they did Monty. Did
That's
like
right.
2 shows basically.
But look,
No, that was another one. Never mind. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that speaking of recording, you're about to hit the Nashville.
Yeah, I'm going up there, Pegram, 7th, 8th, and 9th, whatever, this Friday.
with James.
Yeah, I'll be up there with James
and the
again.
boys, yeah.
Studio on the Ridge.
Yeah, I was gonna go, but unfortunately, my wife's family, they had a death, and I'm gonna stick back to support them and hang out at the funeral. But
Now I gotta drive up there by myself.
yeah, you gotta go by yourself. But they are tracking a song for me. They have the charts in the demo, so they're going to do their magic. And I hate that I'm gonna miss a part of the magic, but I trust those guys so much. I don't have to be there.
There you go. And we're gonna miss you.
I know you're gonna miss me. Send me pictures. Just
One of yours?
with clothes on.
One of yours?
Yes. I've got about 6 songs. I may have about 7 or 8 actually, but 3 or 4 of them are original, and then a couple of them are covers. One of them's a Monty song. I'd love to record Crescent City Way,
Oh, dude.
and then I'd love to record Jason Eady's song Cry Pretty,
Yeah.
and
Just go right over the tracks that are out there, can't you?
yeah, just sing and put my voice on it. Yeah. Okay. The only thing is I wasn't sure about the horn. I love the horn work in it, but we don't ever travel with horns.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
and it'd be good to do your own style.
yeah, and like that's been my dream is to have a big old
Yeah.
band with horns and section and all that, but.
Open your wallet.
Yeah. Well, and then plus, like we've talked about before, though, where are you gonna put all them people? I mean, look, we're in the Sundown stage. The Sundown is it's like a famous gem of a spot through the years.
Absolutely.
And this is all the room you got. You can't fit all that, you know.
We
So
fit 7.
we did fit 7.
Yeah, and one off stage.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, you should have seen Rustin Road Kings last was that 3 weeks ago. We
Yeah.
had 7 guitar players,
7 guitar players,
a drummer, and a percussionist.
a drummer, and a percussionist.
And I was playing. I was sitting out there playing.
What do they think they are? The Eagles?
I know, right?
Yeah, take it easy, man.
They the dead air. Dead air.
Well,
I've enjoyed it, guys. Is there something else y'all want to run over?
No, I think that's it, man. Yeah.
You touched a little bit on the money thing earlier.
yeah, it was when I was kind of curious about how y'all were able to make a living with big bands and stuff like that.
Well,
20, 30 or years ago and all, because I've seen receipts of like big bands getting paid $400, like
Yeah, we
for
were
a saxophone player.
just kind of really wondering about the difference in like, the like
pay then and
yeah,
the pay now.
Yeah.
Well, the pay then there was a lot more perks for one thing. Not only did you get your food and your drinks, but they'd cover your motel room and anything else anybody needed. If you needed a new shirt, they'd go out and buy you a new shirt.
Right.
And even though the money was about the same as it is now, back then it would buy a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know
So
what? That makes
$400 week paycheck back then was like making a couple of thousand a week now.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah.
I mean, a burger cost a quarter. A gallon of gas was 49 cents. Cigarettes were 35 cents.
Times have changed. Times have changed.
I mean,
Yeah.
bag of weed was only $8.
Yeah. That's really cheap.
Dime bag was a dime.
And
Yeah.
so a night out would cost you $20. That was with a chick.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's like 150.
Oh, me and my kids go to eat 4 or 5. We got it's $100 every time we go.
Oh,
eat.
100%.
Easy, and I'm drinking water
Yeah.
because the Coke
Exactly.
now is like $2.50 or $3.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But everything changes, but everything remains the same. I think everywhere I've gone, people are the same everywhere I've gone. You just like here, you got 3 or 4 cliques. If you walk in on any night, you
That's
got
right.
3 or 4 different cliques of people. And it's the same way in Oklahoma, the same way in Colorado, same way in North Dakota, the same way.
Yeah.
You got 3 or 4 different cliques of guys or gals or mixed couples that come in, and you just kind of work. When you work in a room, you have to make sure you realize that even though you're talking a lot over here, you probably ain't talking about one clique. You need to
Yeah.
make sure and hit all them other cliques.
Yeah. That's
Sure.
good. That's good advice. That's good advice.
Different groups of people that come in the place you're playing at.
Yeah.
And it used to be that the radio stations, if you were playing in Tulsa, every radio station in Tulsa would be there. There wouldn't just
Right.
be one or 2 radio stations, And the club was not only in cahoots with the radio station, and for their giveaways, they would also be in cahoots with the taxi companies and however they were running, and the taxi companies and the bars would be in cahoots with the local hotel places. So
So everything was pretty much just like.
yeah, that's the reason they could get away with hiring a band
Right.
for all summer long,
Right.
because everything else was taken care of.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
And nowadays,
You got to pull teeth to even get
You're on your
fair
own,
pay.
bro. Yeah.
Get fair pay.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
yeah.
What is fair pay? It depends on the act.
Well, it
but-
depends on the act and
But
your
you,
capabilities.
you all know
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I have been to places and they're like, "Yo, what's your band?" And I'm like, "It's $2,000," and they're like, "Holy crap!" They're like, "We were wanting to pay y'all $500," and I was like, "Dude,
we work for $500 if you book us for 30 days in a row.
yeah, for real, yeah, seriously, yeah, it's supposed to like a private event or something, but yeah, it's crazy, man."
And that's sort of the way that those guys would handle it back then. We'd do the weekend for $600.
Right.
But if you'll throw in Wednesday night, we'll do Wednesday night instead of the
Right.
600. We'll
So
do
it-
it for 400.
Y'all didn't mind putting in the work, is what you're saying. But you
Right.
give the kid a chance to make some money.
Right.
Well, every place was.
But you wanted
work
to
that
play
it is
music
now.
too, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wanted to play.
Yeah, but we'd bring every light we had. We'd bring every piece of equipment we owned. And even if we didn't use it, we'd fill up the stage with it, make it look like it was being.
That's right.
Make sure everything had a light on it.
Right.
Even I knew guys that would paint big pieces of cardboard and punch an LED through it.
That's right.
Just to make it, even though their amps were only this big, they were playing from it.
Right.
It looked like they had a giant setup.
That's right.
Well,
Well, it's all about appearance.
Showbiz, yeah.
This guy I worked for in outside of Denver, Colorado Springs. He played a 7-string guitar. That was his push point. The fiddle player played a 6-string fiddle. That was his push point. And I played a 6-string bass guitar. That was my push point. The drummer had the smallest set you ever seen in your life and played it great.
and that was his push point.
That was his push point. He called it a tea kettle kit. It all fit into 2 floor toms. Everything, cymbals, everything.
Wow.
And but the guy he would book places for hardly nothing, but he would book a bunch of jobs in a row there. So we'd play there 9 days in a row, even though we wouldn't make about $100 a man. When we get through, we had $900 a piece
Right.
because there wasn't
That's
no
right.
overhead.
That's right. That's right.
But there was lots of gigs out there like that, and I'd like to see it. I think if a fella put his mind to it, he could find somebody in the bar somewhere that would want to work it all week long, every week,
Yeah.
just to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because most of them are tax write-off anyway.
Yeah. That's what.
Most entertainment.
Yeah. We're part of the tax form.
And nowadays, we can just say we get paid in tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, look, we appreciate you, Danny,
I appreciate y'all.
for just coming and hang out with us, man.
Yeah, I know y'all going to kick me out.
Well, I'm gonna kick myself out of here.
Yeah.
But anyway, HonkyTalk podcast brought to you by the Sundown Tavern here in Ruston, Louisiana. Take us out, boys.
HonkyTalk podcast.
It's honkies with a kid.
Look at me.
Don't look at him. Amen.